who did my classes started to shift in their bodies, and they started to feel better. And it could be that the patients who were going to get better came to do the classes.
Right.
But for me, it just piqued my curiosity of how physical movement and posture can support psychological health. So I started really studying it more directly and looking at movement patterns, looking at how people stand and sit, how they make connections with others, how if or not they make eye contact, or if they tend to, look down and not make a lot of eye contact, how if they're comfortable seeking proximity with others, or if they are more comfortable at a distance.
Right.
So I started looking at all those movements and postures that reflect what's going on inside, but like you say, it's often implicit and not conscious.
Right. Well, it's sort of like, it feels like we're doing a dance all the time with, you and I are kind of dancing right here. We're kind of leaning in, we're moving, we're nodding,
That's right.
and I'm not even, now I'm being conscious of it because you said it, so now I'm thinking, oh my gosh, what does she think about me because of the way I'm moving? But really, it's part of, and we're doing it with the space around us. We're talking to people at home,
That's
and
right,
how we look and move, we're saying something whether we know it or not.
That's right.
So this dance is fascinating.
Right.
Can you learn to dance better?
Oh yes, you absolutely can. And then I like to help people become aware of what we call, what they're saying, the story, what they're expressing verbally, but then also what they're expressing with their bodies. We call it, there's a verbal narrative, but also a story that the body tells. And sometimes they're in sync and sometimes they're not. It's like, we know somebody who might say something like, I really want to go out tonight, or something. But they're pulling back at the same time. Or, people who have a hard time saying no directly. So they might say, yeah, it's fine for me to do that.
Right.
And their body's going, no, it's not.
One picture, when you're at the restaurant with your kids and you've got this lovely piece of chocolate cake, and you're eating it, and they're looking at, would you like some? No. Would you like some? No. Would you like some?
That's a great example. Yeah.
So that nonverbal communication it's almost stronger in some ways.
Some people say that most of our communication really happens body to body. Most of the depth of what gets communicated and the messages that we receive happen with that nonverbal communication at a different level from the verbal.
Do people read the conversation the same? There's what you do, but then there's also how you perceive it. How do